Hello and welcome to the 154th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined by our other host, Jordan.
That's me, baby.
Jordan!
What's up?
Jordan.
What?
Jordan.
What?
We put this show on a multitude, a plethora of platforms.
There's a bit of alliteration going on there.
What are these platforms?
So you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Pocket Cast, and the RSS feed. You can also contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send us your comments, questions, concerns, and death threats. And most importantly, Little Kitty Bit City, early access, demos, merch, photos of the cat, anything related to that. And you can contact us via Instagram and TikTok. Send it there too. Send it everywhere. Like, I want every inbox we've ever owned. Somehow our text messages, our Instagram, our personal Instagrams, everything to be blown up with Little Kitty.
My personal phone number.
Yes.
Text in the middle of the night.
Mailed to your house.
Yeah.
The cat gets mailed to your house. What the fuck?
They put them in an envelope and they send them over.
There's like a very clear, there's just an envelope with a big bump in it. You're like, oh, look right.
Something's not right here. And you pick it up and it meows at you.
Yeah. Trump's like, the fuck?
He somehow made it all the way there. He didn't have any air holes or anything, and the USPS did not question it at all.
No, and they were like throwing them around too.
They're like, "What's this shit?"
Into the stratosphere.
Yeah, I went to go do a little. I realized that there's a table here.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to be more free range. We need to start having mics from the ceilings and just standing. That way we can start swinging and kicking and throwing fits.
Yeah, something like that.
So that every time we try to gesture, we like fucking mollywop the setup. We're a couple of punchers and kickers. What can I say?
Yeah, something like that.
So, Chris, they know the platforms. They know our names. What are they really here for? They want to know what you've been up to. I don't know why, but that's just what they do. So they're here. They want to know, Chris, what have you been up to?
I almost got hit by a car the other day.
I wish you did.
I wish
on
I did
foot
too,
or
honestly.
in a car? Was your car
foot.
almost hit? Oh, okay. Was it perhaps in a neighboring city? Perhaps the one in which your school was?
No.
Okay, so it was in your area.
No. So I was at the gym.
Okay.
And I was walking out of the gym. Mm-hmm. And the gym I go to is a big plaza of like a ton of stores.
Yeah.
Okay? Ton of them. So there's like crosswalks all over the place. Mm-hmm. So I step into this crosswalk.
Doing his civil duty. Yep.
Right? Because it's right in front of the door. You don't have to go anywhere
for
the crosswalk. You just walk out and the crosswalk's there. So I'm in this crosswalk and I see something in my periphery that's moving very quickly.
It's fucking Ultima.
And I look and it's some woman in a Honda Civic and she's whipped into this parking lot at like probably 40 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. And she just slams on her brakes, so she didn't hit me. I backed up anyway, so she wouldn't have hit me. But we made eye contact, and I pointed at the crosswalk, and I just went.
It's kind of a home. Did you not see?
Like, almost got hit by a car. Just the most nonchalant reaction of just.
Well, because you know deep down, Chris, that if that Civic hit you, the Civic was in for worse than you were. Like,
how do you not see me? Number one.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to miss.
Dude, listen, I've seen Chris in person, right? I've seen him a couple times in person. Pretty hard to miss.
Exactly.
At least for now. One of these days he's going to stroll out of that gym and he's going to be very easy to miss, hopefully.
I'm going to be...
You don't look like Gollum.
I'm going to be 2D. Like, if I turn at a certain angle, I disappear.
You're fucking Flats the Flounder, dude. It's like, where's that little pencil? You turn, it's like, holy shit.
I look like fucking Flats from SpongeBob. This guy's going to kick my butt.
Oh,
and he fucking turns around.
Yeah. He goes from taking up literally like 100th of your screen to like 75% of it with his wide ass.
Yeah, so that happened.
That was like yesterday?
That was Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay. Tuesday.
Well, at least you survived. That's good. Imagine I showed up and you're just dead. I'm like, oh, man.
Imagine if you showed up and I had been hit by a car and killed on Tuesday and you were at work Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and didn't notice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I could totally see that happening. Where I'm just like, I'm at work and I'm like, man, there's a presence missing. don't know what it is, though.
There's a sense of gravity that's missing here.
And then I come here and I'm like, man, I just really haven't heard from Chris. Knock on the door. Your dad's just in here like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, where's Chris? I'm here to do the show. He's like, oh, he died. I'm like, oh,
He got hit by a car.
this fucking guy. I told him 10:30.
He got hit by a car and his ass got eaten by coyotes.
Oh my god. She just hits you and your corpse is just in this parking lot and everyone's like, what the fuck is that? They just leave you there. No one calls the ambulance. No one does anything. So coyotes are just like picking at you. Vultures are picking your eyes out.
Vultures.
She's like, what is that thing? You're like the fucking cheese from Die for Wimpy Kid just stuck in the parking lot.
A lot of vultures in New England.
They came all the way from Arizona, brother. From the desert.
Giant fucking vultures just descending on me, picking at my bones.
There's literally like a fucking biosphere around you of like creatures that should not be there that are just snacking on you, man meat, brother.
There's like there's the vultures. There's like a rattlesnake.
Everyone's favorite alligators, like.
There's some sort of undiscovered deep sea creature.
There's a fucking zombie.
Like a Minecraft zombie.
He's just in there.
Bruh.
Yeah, pretty much. That would have been the event had you been hit by the Honda Civic. Was it at least a nice Civic?
It was a newer one, yeah.
Was it stock?
Yeah.
It's just an old lady in a stock Civic. That kind of pisses me off.
No, it wasn't an old lady. It was a
middle-aged lady.
Young
lady. Oh, so she was on TikTok. All right, that makes sense why she was.
Yeah, because when I looked at her, through her windshield. She was like,
"Oh my god!"
She had a bigger reaction than I did.
You're just like, "Come on."
I half smiled at her. I was like,
dude, Chris got that Riz. He's like, girl, now you have to take my number. Or give me your number, bitch.
And then and then she goes, all right, but what do you drive? Oh, I got a Fiesta ST. And
she peels out.
She drives away.
She peels out for like 10 seconds. She's like, for 10 seconds, and then she takes off. You're just standing there, you're like, I kind of wish she hit me.
Man.
Like, fuck. Or she hits you, she's like, oh my god, do I have to get you to your car? You're on the ground. You're like, yeah, it's the Fiesta ST over there. She's like, nah. She gets up, walks back to
She
her car.
actually walks back into the car, gets a gun, and shoots me.
She puts you out of your fucking misery. You're like, no, I think it's just my leg. I'm good otherwise. She's like, no, you gotta go down. You're like, no, it's just my leg.
Horses be like, no, it's just my leg.
I swear, bro.
You're getting shot today.
What's funny, though, is like, here's this guy, comes walking out of a gym, and this fucking lady just whips it in the parking lot. Like just, bro was just doing his thing. And
I'm just trying to
almost
walk.
got clapped, dude.
I had right of way.
You were in the crosswalk, literally. Like, it's crazy to me, too, that, like, of all the vehicles to get hit by, it would have been really funny if you got hit by a Civic. I don't know what's so funny about that, but it's just funny. I think the only thing funnier would be like a smart car, because that would literally cause more damage to the car.
A smart car would be crazy. I feel like I wouldn't even notice.
You'd get hit. You'd be like, someone's fucking throwing matchbox at me. What the hell was that?
What is that? Is there a bug in here? What?
As the owner's like wrapped around the fucking hood.
It's like hitting a pole. Like there's a giant dent.
It's a fucking U-shaped car.
I just didn't even notice.
It's just bent like a U. You're like, what the fuck is that? A boomerang? Oh, man. Yeah, smart cars are crazy, dude.
Low-key, I kind of want a smart car.
I kind of do, too. I think it'd be funny if we raced smart cars.
I think it'd be pretty neat. They have, they're kind of rare, but
yeah,
there exists a turbo diesel version.
Really?
That's like, I think it's like a 2-cylinder, like 600cc diesel engine.
Huh.
And it makes like 45 horsepower or something.
I was going to ask you, I've seen one that makes like 38 or 40 or something like that. So.
And so much so that if you're going up a hill, there's a button to run your AC compressor at half power to give more power to the wheels.
Back to the engine, yeah. It's like...
But they get like 90 miles to the gallon.
That's fucking crazy.
So, you know...
It's like Chris, like your hill start assist on the Fiesta. It's like that, but instead it's mandatory because you literally can't make it up the hill otherwise.
I tried using that again the other day.
Still sucks.
Yeah, it still sucks.
So what does it do again? It holds the brake, or does it? What does it do?
It holds the brakes when you're on an incline, and you like let off your actual brakes. They'll like hold your brakes so that you can start
until you do something, or just for a timed.
It's either or. Like, it will go. It has a timeout, but if you exceed the timeout, you weren't gonna go. Like,
yeah, true, yeah. It's a long time.
It's like 10 seconds or something.
Yeah.
So, but I tried using it again. I'm like, man, this sucks.
Does it hold the brake too long? Is that what sucks about it? So then
I have no feedback.
Right.
So like, I'm just kind of doing guesswork at when my clutch is grabbing.
Yeah.
Because like I have a pretty good feel for it, but like I like the idea of like the little roll. Okay, it grabs and we're going.
Yeah. So that's how I do it in the RS. I love that feeling of like a good hill takeoff where it's like I roll back a couple inches, but then I catch with fucking a meaty clutch there, dude, and then just you take off. Like, yeah, I could see why that would be a little weird if the car held itself. Because when I was learning to drive it, and I was relying a little bit on the handbrake, that was like what I would wait for. Is I'd kind of wait for the car to pull forward slightly, like try to lurch itself. But that was only holding the rear e-brake, so it's not nearly as much grab as like your front disc brakes are gonna do. So I'd imagine with yours, there's probably literally no feedback, other than maybe the engine starting to like almost fucking stall, like if you weren't giving it enough gas. But that makes a lot of sense actually why that would kind of suck ass. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that does make sense. I think it's neat to have, but like, I don't know. I just kind of like.
I guess I just wish it was like a physical button, so like I could turn it on and off.
What is it up?
With just a button press? I have to turn it on in infotainment.
I thought it was a button. That's even more stupid.
Yeah.
Now I think it's totally stupid.
Oh, so here's the thing: if I have my phone plugged in and I'm in Android Auto, I have to go to the Android Auto home screen, hit the fucking Ford Link Sync 3 system, whatever the fuck it's called.
Ford Link Sync Dink Bink.
Yeah. You gotta hit the button. It's gonna launch the system. You gotta go to settings, scroll one page over, go to vehicle, and then turn on Hill Start Assist. If it was a button, it would be so much easier.
I'm actually like low key kind of mad that that's not a button.
I would probably have it on or off. Like, I would probably use it in very specific scenarios if it was just a button.
Yeah. Like, I think it was, when I watched a review a while, I think it was either the new SI or maybe it was like a newer WRX or something, had a hill start assist, but it was way more intuitive than that because it was a fucking button. So the guy like rolled up to a hill, stopped, hit the button, let off the brake, and then as soon as he started letting the clutch out, it released the brake. So as soon as it would like start to grab, release the brake, and then it would go. Like, it was way more intuitive. I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Well,
like,
that's kind of what
the menus.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what it does. Like,
yeah,
in terms of
actual
how it
function.
works,
Yeah,
but
why is it not a button?
I just don't like it.
Yeah, no, it seems dumb.
If I don't know. I feel like if I wanted this ability to just go like that without have to worry about any rolling or anything, I would have just bought an automatic.
Yeah. Listen, I think it's good for the city because I would not want to have to do a hill takeoff on the hill next to my apartment, the really, really steep one. I wouldn't want to have to do that.
Would suck.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to do that in the RS. I honestly don't think I could at my current skill level / with my current vehicle because I've tried it in the driveway near my apartment, and that was a while ago, but I fucking stalled immediately.
Yeah,
so.
the detour that you have to take off the highway, they shut down.
Like, the highway over here?
Yeah. So the detour you have to take, I stopped taking it because of this. Normally, you go just straight down a line, and then you turn, and there's a big hill. And that's a throughway for a lot of traffic, so there's always a lot of cars coming through, and there's a lot of traffic flow through this specific intersection because it's like a main part of the city, right? Or it leads to a lot of main parts of the city. The detour is a different way up that's a hill, but it's not designed for all this through traffic. So you're just sitting there on this fucking hill for... The first morning I went through, and this is why I stopped taking this way until that street opens up again. The first day I went through, I was on this hill for 15 minutes, just destroying my clutch.
Yeah.
Going like a little bit. It was so fucking annoying.
Yeah, that's awful. That is fucking awful. I would have just been like, you know what? I'm just rolling back. I don't care. I'm rolling back. I'm not using the clutch. I'm just going to sit here.
You know what? See you later.
Basically, I would have just given up. Like, you know what? Fucking white flag out the window. Like, I'm over it. I'm over it. That's fucking ass. Ass and ass. That's the one thing I'm nervous for is, like, getting stuck in that kind of traffic. Because I've got the whole forward traffic thing down. Like, when we drove to Maine before I had the Yaris, and you drove the Fiesta, we got stuck in a little bit of traffic. And I said to you, I was like, man, this must be the worst part, right? Going stop and go on the highway. And you were like, no, it's not that bad. You just kind of and do it. And now that I have the Yaris, that's exactly what I do. And honestly, it's not that bad to just creep forward. It's fine. I could not imagine doing that on a hill, though. That's awful.
On a hill, that's tough. It sucks.
Yeah, that's fucking awful. So my new strategy is, like, I'm kind of like an asshole, if I'm honest with you. If I'm in, like, stop and go traffic, if I'm not in the Cobalt, I ain't creeping up. I'm waiting until there's, like, a car length gap, and then I'm encroaching on that car. Like, I'm not gonna go for every fucking little fucking millimeter they move up, right? So, like, automatic, you just let off the brake, and the car kind of just goes forward.
Yeah.
So, like, in the RS, I'll be like, oh, this guy's pulling forward. I ain't moving. Okay, he's a car length away. All right, now I move. Like, or like half a car length, and he stopped. All right, I'll move. But, like, yeah, bit of an asshole like that. But, you know, I got spider knob. What can I say?
Does that give you immunity from, like,
the law?
Yeah, from all traffic laws.
Yeah.
Like, you get pulled over, and the cop comes up. You go, sir, I have you going 185 miles an hour through a school zone. You hit 14 babies, killing them instantly. Your car is red now. It was silver before. And you go, yeah, but spider knob. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hands in his wallet. He said, my bad. Also, bold of you to assume the Yaris hits 180.
Turns in his badge and gun to you. I'm so
he
sorry,
writes
sir.
himself a ticket.
He arrests himself. He puts himself in the back of the squad car and drives away. Takes him to jail.
Oh, fuck.
I pulled over Spider Knob, and they sentenced him to death.
Death, yeah. And while he's in jail, too, it's like he's just getting his ass kicked by everyone in the jail. They're like, you did what to Spider Knob?
You pulled over Spider Knob?
Oh, man.
It's pure fucking chicanery.
Oh, that's funny as shit. But, yeah, no, I just, I don't know. Yeah, I drove the Cobalt here today, and Chris was like, oh, you got the Cobalt. I'm like, I just wasn't feeling like playing with my stick on the way here. Like, just wasn't feeling any stick play today. Mostly because yesterday the clutch was being a bitch. I don't know what was going on. I've had a good couple of weeks with the RS where I've been driving it and like pretty much only it. I've been like thoroughly enjoying it. I'm like, yeah, everything's been good. Been doing good on all my hill takeoffs. Been doing just good overall. And then like yesterday on the way to D&D, there was just something going on in that car. I was like, I'm just like, I am not happy. The throttle response was super fucking delayed. The actual clutch, I wasn't doing it right, even though I've literally been doing it right for weeks and been totally fine. I was not having a good time. So I was like, you know what? Not driving it today. Not doing it.
I see.
Kind of mad, you know? Low-key tilted. What can I say?
A little bit tilted.
Like, it was like weird. It was like, normally, like, as for example, I'm doing a takeoff, you start letting out the clutch, give it some gas, and then you feel it start to pull forward, and then you let out just a little bit quicker. At least that's how I do it on that car, and usually I can accelerate perfectly fine. Yesterday, it was like the clutch was acting like a fucking on-off switch. I was like letting it out, and then suddenly it was just fully engaged. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, I don't understand.
I noticed there's some days where my feet just don't work.
That's what I think it was. I think it was just like something about my technique.
There's some days where my feet just don't work, where they're not, my left foot's not coordinated enough. Yeah. So I'm like trying to go, and I'm like, okay, you gotta lift now, buddy. You gotta lift this one.
Your foot's like, I'm not doing it.
And then I'm just holding there going,
I've done that before. Trying to take off, thinking that I had the clutch out enough, and I like give it good gas, and it's just like, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, I abuse the shit out of my car because it's like it's a daily driver.
And it pisses you off too, so you're like, fuck you.
On occasion, I have the whole AC diverter vent thing.
You haven't
started
done that yet, right?
clicking. I haven't fixed it. So, every time I shut off the car, for some reason, the AC vents have to, like, close or
They
whatever.
go to the fucking idle position.
For some fucking reason. So it just starts clicking every time I shut off my vehicle. And it has started filling me with blinding rage.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think you said at last episode or the one before that you tend to sit in your car after you shut it off. You don't get right out. So you're definitely there to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would frustrate me too.
So what's going to happen is when I get this fucking thing out of the car, I'm going to blow it up.
Let's shoot it.
I'm gonna fucking wrap it in ammonium nitrate and blow it up.
Oh, shit. Fucking nukes this dumb diverter. And then the new one starts doing it, and you're like...
I don't have access to ammonium nitrate. You can't purchase this chemical. It's not legal. I don't have any.
He's doing the face. Arrest this man!
No, I don't have any illegal chemicals, actually. Actually, it's not...
What about the
methamphetamine?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a license for that.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Signed for by Joe Biden. It just says it right on it.
Joe Biden himself signed my meth license.
But it's very clearly, not his signature at all.
It's my handwriting.
It's not even a signature. Yeah, it's not even a signature. It's fucking straight up regular script.
And it's spelled wrong.
It's J-O.
It's how'd you spell Joe wrong? You wrote J-E. Jebiden.
Jebiden.
That's the president, right? Which president is he? The fifth president.
Fifth, definitely
fifth one we've ever had. We had George Washington,
George Bush,
George
the other guy,
Donald Trump, Obama, Biden.
Yeah,
that's all 5 presidents.
All 5. Oh, and that guy that's on the $5 bill. What's his name? Larry or something like that?
Yeah, I think his name is
Adam Larens or something like that.
His name is Lawrence Slave Freer.
Lawrence Slave Freer.
That seems like a name that you would give, like if you were a really shitty writer. This is a name you would give a character who does exactly that.
Yeah. His name's Lawrence and he's free slave, so we're gonna call him Lawrence Free. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah. I could see it. So besides the gym and almost dying and then the tangents we just went on, anything else you've been doing? Any games, any porn, any videos, any...
like shooting or watching?
Both.
Let's see. I did do that one porn.
Check out this clip.
I've been working on this OnlyFans.
Feet finder, brother.
Listen, if I had a smaller sized foot, right, I would take care of them. I'd make them look nice, and I would shave maybe a little up past my ankle.
Yeah, so it's all nice and smooth.
Right, and I would sell so many pictures. Because who's going to know the difference? A foot is a foot is a foot.
Yeah, you don't have to show your face.
It all fucking looks the same. And if I shave my legs just a little bit, I would be raking in so much money.
I'm just saying, there might be a marketplace for your foot as it is now. I would not doubt it.
I don't know about that.
Show me them dots. No. You put it out and it does the fucking SpongeBob hyper realistic drawing. I fucking pass out and die.
I whip it out and it goes. It tried to bite me. It goes, whip out my dogs.
Welcome to the fucking ADHD podcast.
Welcome to the ADHD podcast. I didn't take my Vyvanse this morning.
Is that a true story?
It is.
Figured.
I usually don't take it on weekends.
Oh, you're getting risky on the weekends, brother.
Getting risky.
Bro's like, I am not drugging myself today, boy.
No, it's the doctor said, hey, if you don't want to focus or you don't gotta focus, you don't have to take it. It's not
it's really just an aid, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like other things like SSRIs where you kind of have to keep up with them every day.
Right. Yeah, it's not like a medication that's literally hey, you have to take this to cure/treat your thing. It's no, I need it to assist.
You take it when you take it. You don't when you don't.
Yeah.
Like my allergy medicine, which I did take.
Oh, was Chunk freaking teabagging you or something, triggering them allergies?
No, I take it precautionarily every day because
good man.
I know the day I don't take it,
You're gonna get fucked.
There's gonna be a big pollen, all the pollen in the area is gonna turn into just a giant monster and fuck me to death.
You're gonna hear ding dong. You're gonna open the door and a bee's gonna be standing there. He's gonna have like a pie to your face.
A fucking pollen punch. He pollen punches my ass. And I show up to work and my eyes are like swollen shut.
It's like crusted shut.
I'm like, I got fucking boogies running out of my nose. I'm like, Jordan, I thought I could defeat the pollen monster.
Like, reporting for duty.
I need some fucking Zyrtec, man.
Yeah, and it's like a fucking miracle cure. I'm like, oh, here you go, man. And you're like, all right, I'm good.
It's like a stim pack. Like fucking...
Fucking Zyrtec. You're like crawling to the Zyrtec. You're like... You're like about to reach it, and the fucking bee steps on it and kicks it away.
It's like that one scene in Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Yeah, where he's looking for the EpiPen.
He's looking for the lollipop because he's got the diabetes.
The sugar.
So he's got low sugar, so he's trying to stop this robbery. He crawls to this lollipop that's like under the fucking desk.
It's got nasty shit on it.
Yeah. And it's like Popeye got his spinach.
I fucking love that movie. I'm sorry, I do. I don't care what anyone thinks.
You know, I haven't seen many movies. I've seen both Paul Blart Mall Cop films.
It's so good. I as like 10-year-old me cheered in that scene. I'm like, get the lollipop!
Yeah! Fuck yeah!
And then he just starts kicking ass after that. Like, he just starts fucking throwing people around, kicking people. I love those Kevin James films, dude. I like him as an old school comedy actor.
I think the only other... Well, no, I've seen a few of his films. So I've seen
Grown Ups?
Paul Blart Mall Cop. I've seen both Grown Ups movies. I don't remember a lot about the Grown Ups movies, though. Nor do I remember Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 very well.
Yeah, I don't remember the second one at all. Maybe I never saw it, honestly. What about...
there's the one with the zoo where he's a zookeeper.
I think it... No, is it called Zookeeper?
I think it's just called Zookeeper. And he hangs out with a gorilla.
Yeah.
I think a Kevin James verse roundup would be a good idea.
I was just thinking, that's why I brought that up of like, have you seen his other stuff? Because...
And, of course, there's King of Queens.
That's a fucking classic. That's one of my favorite sitcoms, too.
Which I don't remember much about that. My dad used to watch it.
Yeah, my dad did, too. That's why I watched it.
And then I remember there's a clip, I think it's Kevin James, where he's at a NASCAR event, and he's, like, super drunk, and he does, like, an intro to the fucking NASCAR event. He's like, "Gentlemen, start your engines!" And he's, like, very clearly, like...
Yeah, and he's like...
He's very clearly fucked up, like...
Yeah.
He's having a good time. Yeah, but the event hasn't even started yet, bro.
It's like next week.
He was like comatose by the end of that. So, and that was either Kevin James or someone who looked a lot like him.
I believe it was him, yeah. I think a roundup of his stuff would be good. He's fucking awesome. I like his movies. Him and the old school Adam Sandler stuff. I haven't seen some of the new stuff he made. I think he made a horror movie like 2 years ago. I believe so. It was on Netflix. It was some horror movie.
I know he made... Let's see. I haven't kept up much with the Sandler verse since... Let's see.
This guy's only keeping up with the Colonel Sandler-verse.
Going to the gym now.
I know.
Trying to improve myself.
And I'm just I'm knocking the Jenga blocks out like,
I don't need lip from this little twink boy, okay?
Man.
I don't really keep up with the Sandler-verse much these days.
Right.
I remember the one where he plays two characters. Jack and Jill. He plays him and his sister.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one, or is it a different movie? Is that the one where he does a Dunkin' Donuts ad with Al Pacino in it?
I think it is that one.
Where he goes, it's Dunk now, and they do a little Dunkachino dance. That's the longest fucking Dunkin' Donuts ad I've ever paid to watch.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't pay. I was like 9 when that movie came out, so.
You didn't have a job? Were you fucking bum? You didn't have a job when you were 9?
No, I didn't.
What a fucking loser.
I didn't get a job till I was 9.5.
Oh, what a bum. You did it the bitch way.
You got soft hands, brother.
Let me see them oily hands, boy.
Oh man.
Oh, shit. But yeah, no, I think the Kevin James universe would be set. And that kind of crosses over a little with the Sandler universe.
The Sandler-verse. The Schneider-verse, I think, is a good one. Dan Schneider.
Yeah. I was just thinking Zack Snyder. I was like, which one?
Into the Schneider-verse.
Into the Schneiderverse. There's a lot of feet from underage girls.
I thought of that title last night, Into the Schneiderverse, and I'm like, that's really fucking funny. And I think I wrote it down somewhere. I think I
Bro, put that shit on a sticky note.
Into the Schneiderverse.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
man.
we could literally copy the movies we do across the Snyderverse and beyond the Snyderverse.
Beyond the Schneiderverse, and it's all us doing a big roundup of all his fucking allegations.
Yeah. There you go.
We compile like shit that will be admissible in court.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
That fucking guy. What a heathen.
Yeah, I hope he
gets hit by a car leaving Planet Fitness or whatever gym you go to.
I hope he
Not a Civic though, maybe like a semi.
Has an unfortunate accident that leads to his untimely demise.
Bro trips trying to fucking stretch over the railing to get Oreos and just
He's trying to get some he's reaching over his balcony because for some reason he put his Oreos out there, but he gets distracted by a fucking 6-year-old girl's toes, and he falls over and plummets.
He goes, "Ow!"
He plummets 85 stories down and dies on the LA streets.
Yeah, he hits the ground so hard that he just turns into this puddle.
He explodes.
Yeah, like a bloater.
Like it looks like a beached whale that's been there too long, and the gas builds up and it just blows up.
Fuck yeah, I hate that guy. Everyone does, but what are you gonna do? You know,
What am I gonna do personally? Nothing.
Just sit and contemplate. But
I'm gonna pray on his downfall.
you got like fucking incantations you're doing. Fucking voodoo doll.
I'm sitting in front of like a pentagram. I almost said a swastika.
Oh my god.
I'm sitting in front of a pentagram with a picture of Dan Schneider in the middle.
I don't know what's funnier now, that or the fact that I just pictured you sitting in front of a swastika with Dan Schneider in the middle. Listen, it could mean peace.
For some reason,
Just turn
when I
it.
thought of it, I was like, okay, what's that one symbol? My brain immediately jumped to swastika.
Oh my god. Hey, just turn it a little. It'll be all right. You know?
Well, technically, history lesson. Swastika is the Buddhist symbol of peace.
You just turn it.
The Nazi thing is the Iron Cross, I believe they called it.
Yeah.
I believe.
Huh, the badge of your history teacher said, I think. You're like,
What do you mean? You think? You're supposed to know.
you're supposed to be the guy, dude.
See, like, I'm just some armchair idiot. I don't know anything about anything.
Fucking armchair moron over here.
Everything I say is a fact, probably isn't.
But
I
it's a
love to
fact.
spread misinformation on the internet.
Yeah, me too.
I would never lie, ever.
I think we've been over this before. You've never told a falsity on the show.
No, I've never changed my opinion or anything.
No, never. Not possible. So, Snyderverse, feet pits, all that aside, besides your feet pit porn OnlyFans thing, anything else you've been doing? You've been just existing?
Kinda, yeah.
Grinding out at the gym, brother? Getting
Yeah.
fucking swole, just running. I just picture you just fucking full tilt sprinting on the treadmill, and the whole building's like, holy shit, it's a
what
fucking
happens
earthquake.
is they got the grips on the front,
Oh, you got grip.
and I hold on to them. And what'll happen if I go to reach for my water, because they got the cup holder on the side.
Yeah.
I'll reach, and then I'll stabilize myself with one, and then I'll take a drink. But because I'm not bracing the other side, it's transferring all this motion into the treadmill. It starts kind of doing this, so I gotta stabilize again.
That's funny. Just like, oh, get your hands on the wheel, boy.
Whoa! My fucking alignment's out of place.
Yeehaw! Just fucking, all right, girl, calm down. Everyone's looking at you like, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
What is this guy? They ring the lunk alarm on me and kick me out.
Oh, fuck, man. Yeah. So you're getting jacked.
Jacking off,
Getting jacked, jacking off.
right?
What else? I saw perhaps you booted a game the other day. I did see that. I just saw your little thing go, and it said something about a game. I think it was Factorio or something.
You know what I played? I bought and played like obsessively until I finished it 100%. Was this puzzle game called A Little to the Left?
I think I've heard of that one.
It's basically like you have a bunch of stuff and you have to organize it. And I played it and I did all the solutions in the main game.
Damn, how long did that take?
That was like probably 4 hours total, or maybe 5. And then I played the DLC and I did all the solutions in the DLC but one because I think it's bugged.
Oh, really?
Or maybe I'm just stupid because, like, I swear, I even looked it up. I have everything arranged perfectly, but it won't give me the solution.
Oh, it doesn't register it, basically.
Yeah, so...
That kind of sucks.
Whatever, man.
Whatever. I'm, like, not mad about it or anything.
I'm mad.
You sound like a witch from Left 4 Dead. Imagine, can you imagine? What's that crying? You open a door and this guy comes running out with claws.
Full sprinting at you.
Oh, fuck, that's crazy. Yeah. You know what I did? Steam Summer Sale was recently. I bought a couple things. I only spent like $40 maybe. Not even actually, probably like 30. One of the things I bought, Chris, I was browsing. As you do, right?
Right.
And I saw that Oxenfree 2 was coming out very shortly. July 12th, to be exact. Now, have you played the first Oxenfree at all?
I've not heard of this video game ever.
It's kind of like a cult classic, essentially. It's an indie game. And the way I could describe it, and this might not be how the developers describe it, first of all, it's a thriller mystery about ghosts, basically. And it's a 2.5-dimensional platformer. So it's, platformer side to side, but you can go like up and down and shit. And you're basically on an island that's haunted, and it involves radio frequencies and unlocking portals. So the first game, I played it a bunch when I was younger on, I think it was Android or iOS. They have it on mobile too.
Right.
So it was on sale for $1.99. So I bought it. It's an old game. It's like 8 years old. I bought it because I saw the sequel was coming out. And I played through that on Steam Deck, and that was fucking cool. It was fucking awesome. The game's actually, like, low-key one of my fucking favorite games, like, ever at the moment. It's so fucking good. The story's awesome. The character's awesome. Their big thing with that game and that developer in general, I think, what are they called? Nightlife Studio, I think, is their games focus on dialogue, like a lot of sort of, story-based games. But it's supposed to be, like, natural dialogue. So you do make choices. You have 3 dialogue options or whatever. But the conversations are a lot more realistic, so to speak. It's kind of hard to explain without, like, listening to the game or playing it. But, like, you can cut characters off, like, mid-sentence. You can do certain actions that they will respond to. So, like, a character can be like, hey, how do you think we should get across this ledge? And then if you do it before they finish the sentence, they go, okay, I guess you just fucking figured that out. Like, they'll acknowledge stuff like that, and they'll keep the conversation flowing, and, like, also just their word choice. It's not very scripted. It's very, like, this is 2 people having a conversation. And also, it gets even cooler when there's, like, multiple characters. So in the first game, so far in the second one, there's only been 2 main characters, you and someone else. But in the first game, it starts off with, like, 4 characters, and they're all just having a conversation, and it's just very natural. So it's pretty cool. It kind of gets you in the vibe or whatever. And the story ended up being fucking phenomenal. So I highly recommend Oxenfree. Oxenfree 2 is basically that, but expanded upon, as you would imagine, for a sequel. So far, very good. I'm like maybe, an hour and a half in. The first game only took 4 hours to beat. It's pretty short. But I'm like an hour and a half in or whatever. And it kind of continues much of the same. It's just a lot bigger. The map is bigger. Your character does more. Like in the first game, it was a lot of like, climb up, obviously walk around the path, and then if there's like a rock wall, you can climb like a 10-foot rock wall. Now you have like fucking climbing gear. You can deploy ropes and like, drop down. And it's all scripted stuff. It's not like naturally whenever you want.
You're a little like Breath of the Wild, like
you're not stamina.
You become Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, yeah. Fortunately, no fucking Spider Knobs or Spider-Mans in this one.
Spider-Mans.
But man, yeah, the story is just really fucking interesting, and like the voice acting's really good. The characters are really like pretty cool and likable. I think the characters in the first game were better so far. Second game has your character, Riley, and then the homeboy that she's with, Jacob. They're good characters. They're no Arthur Morgan yet, but in the first game, the characters you play as and the characters that you're with are, I would say, a lot more interesting. But I also think that comes down to their relationship. So in the first game, you're this girl, Alex. You have your brother, your stepbrother, who's brand new. You just like basically meeting him for the first time. And then your best friend. And then 2 of his friends. So there's a different dynamic than in this game. You're Riley. It's a girl or whatever who's like volunteering or doing like a summer job. And you meet like a coworker basically. So you kind of start off as like, oh, yeah, I've heard of you. And then you like realize that like you've had history and you didn't know it and stuff. So like the dynamic's a lot different. So I think I liked the first game's characters a little better so far. But we'll see. We'll see how it expands on that.
I see.
Should definitely check it out though. It works great on Steam Deck. The only weird thing about the first game, because that's obviously where I played it, is when you pause or like go into any menus, like pausing or the main menu, you have to use the trackpad to select the options. You can't fucking controller it. It's weird. But the second game works perfectly. So yeah.
I see.
Highly recommend. Oxenfree and Oxenfree 2. Very fucking good. I'm excited to see where the second one goes. So
I think it goes right.
Believe so? Yeah. I think so.
Then it continues down for like maybe half mile, 3/4 of a mile, and then it makes a left.
No. That's Oxenfree 3. You're thinking of Oxenfree 3.
Oh, this one continued down.
Two is
the
down.
light.
Yeah, through the light, and then you do a U-turn, and then you take that weird side street.
Yeah, that side street, and then destination's on the left.
I think so. Yeah.
Right.
No, left. I ended up buying that Oxenfree. I was for $2, and I bought Oxenfree 2. It was on sale for $15 already. Like it was $20, but they launched it at $15 or whatever. But I also bought a little PS5 exclusive that came to PC a while back that I really just didn't think I'd ever like. But then I was like, I need something good to play. What do we got? And it was on sale from like $40 or $50 for like $15. It was Kena, or Kana, as I learned she's actually called, Bridge of Spirits.
Okay.
So it's very much a Souls-like, but not nearly as like Souls-ish, like not as unforgiving. But it's basically a Souls-like Pixar movie. So if you look up the game, you'll immediately, I'm guessing, recognize the art style and the character, because the big thing about it is it's literally like a Pixar movie. The characters, they have these little fucking guys, little dudes called Rot that are like little cute guys that also are super powerful. It's got a pretty good story. Very fucking difficult, believe it or not. I put it on hard. It's actually kind of hard. So I kind of appreciate, but also get mad sometimes when a game that I put on hard is actually hard, because normally when I put a game on hard and it's not hard.
On the hard difficulty and it's actually hard.
Oh my god! Because normally every other game I play on hard is like maybe slightly challenging for the most part.
Oh, look at the fucking gamer over
here. I
here.
am a bit of a fucking gamer.
Oh, he's a fucking gamer.
Like I literally fucking whizzed through Dead Space on hard, and everyone's like, Dead Space is so hard. I'm like, it's not. So like then they have the extra difficulties for like a lot of games. I'm like, I don't fuck with those though, because I don't want to get mad. But like hard is usually just enough for me to kind of be like, all right, I'm like slightly obstructed, but in this game, because I'm not good at Souls, like kind of get my cheeks slapped every now and then.
So with Souls-like games, my thought is this: every enemy that's not a boss, you can basically telegraph their attack for like fucking 15 minutes before they actually attack you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bosses are just like, you're gonna have to sit there and fucking do it for a while.
Yeah, until you get it perfected. And I'd say that's about where this game is. Like, the main enemies, very easy to tell what they're going to do. They have, like, one attack, essentially, maybe two. And then the bosses are where, like, okay, the normal little fucking skeleton guy runs up to you like this, and he just keeps running until he gets within range, and then he does, right, hacks down.
Yeah.
The fucking wizard thing goes like this with a staff for 5 seconds, and then projects, like, a slow-moving fireball. Like, it's super predictable. But then the boss will randomly pull out some bullshit where he's like, I'm going to bang my staff on the ground and blow up the map. Like... So that's very much how it is as well.
Yeah, you have to, like... Those are very methodical games. You have to, like, very much learn how to play them.
Yep.
Because it's not, so much, like, oh, this enemy's attack pattern shows me when to dodge and what to do. It shows me how I'm supposed to dodge and counter it. And then you see that enemy type later in the game. You're like, okay, I know how to deal with this now.
Yeah.
And, every sort of enemy type has their own weaknesses. And, like, You just have to like learn how to play the game.
Right. You gotta be trying to master the mechanics, so to speak. So I'm hoping the game stays at the difficulty it's at now and doesn't like ramp up, because I'm having just enough fun with it that like I'm like, all right, I died a couple times to this boss. I kind of see what I gotta do now. And I've had a couple, like one of the bosses where I was like, fuck, dude, like I almost had him, like fucking he squeaked by with one attack. But it's just one of those games like a Souls, like you don't regenerate health, and you basically have to, on hard specifically, you have to deal damage to build up rot abilities or rot actions to then do like your powerful moves. Versus on like normal, it'd be a little more fair because you also build that meter when you get hit, as opposed to just when you're hitting.
Right.
So like a lot of the levels or a lot of the bosses are designed in a way that you can kind of focus on the small enemies and build up your meter that way, and then spend it on the big guys. Honestly though, biggest recommendation to anyone who's even thinking of playing this fucking game, there's an ability called Rot Hammer. Get that right away. Because basically, you have those little rot guys, and all they can do is you can point at an enemy and hit the button, and it spends their ability to just like distract them. But with bosses, it's not as good. So with a normal enemy, you distract them, and they're like, huh? And then you can just fucking destroy them. With the bosses, they get distracted, but they panic, and they usually start swinging their weapons side to side. So you can't really get close to them. You have to like jump and attack them and do all this shit to like dodge their sort of counter. But like if you just get the Rot Hammer, you can just like use that ability instead of having them go, huh? What's going on? You can just smash them with a giant hammer that deals like a fucking eighth of their life minimum on a boss. Usually it's like a quarter of their life, but yeah. You literally charge up your attack like this. And
now for my secret weapon, big fucking hammer.
You literally take your staff, you wind it back, you hit the button, and then she just jumps up like a cartoon and goes boom with a fucking magic hammer.
Does the fucking boss like compress down like a little pancake or an accordion? He goes,
I wish, that'd be fucking sick. But no, yeah, you smash them, and the best part is, right? So say you're like, oh, this encounter's getting fucked up. There's a boss. There's a bunch of little minions. If you do it in just the right area, it'll hit the boss with full damage, and then it will actually shoot side attacks.
Oh, it does like AoE.
Yeah, that'll fucking just kill the minions, and it pretty much one-shots them anyway. So it's fucking sick. So get that damn ability, but it's a fun game.
The Despicable Me franchise has taken my ability away to picture minions as anything other than the little yellow guys.
Oh yeah, I
like
agree.
whenever I hear the word minion, I always associate it with the little yellow guys.
Yeah. What are they doing with that fucking franchise? Is there like a new one coming out?
I think there is.
What is it? Minions 2 or something?
No, Minions 2 already came out.
Oh, what the fuck? That's right, it did. New Minions movie? I don't know. New Minions. Chris is just learning how to spell. Give him a couple seconds here. Minions: The Rise of Gru. Yeah, that's the newest one.
That came out last year.
That's the newest one, yep.
But is there another new one coming out? I think there might be. Yeah, Despicable Me 4 is planned for 2024.
Huh, okay.
There's Despicable Me 3, which, this has got to be racist, this artwork.
You think so?
Yep.
Why is that?
Racially motivated.
Racially motivated? The minion in jail with Gru life on his arms?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris is upset about it.
Man. It was our birthdays recently.
Yeah, I was going to say we are...
69 boys.
Old 69 boys. Thank you, Boomers, for pointing that out. It was our birthdays. We were both 22. Dos.
I am on the 6th. Jordan is on the 9th.
Hence the 69 boys.
69 boys.
You know who else's birthday it was? Yesterday.
Who?
It's Oscar's. He's 13.
Damn.
Bro's old as dirt, bro.
Old bitch.
So, yeah, we got the 6913s, brother. So, yeah, 69s, brother. Or, sorry, 6914. 14th. Yesterday was 14th.
Do anything for your birthday?
Yeah. We went to breakfast at a little cafe near us.
The cafe?
On the day of. My birthday was on a Sunday. Yours was a Thursday, right? 3 days before?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went Sunday morning. Went there. Went back home. I opened some gifts. So Letsy bought me the novelization of God of War 2018. made by Corey Barlow's father, which I found out, which is pretty fucking sick. So it's the director's dad. Gave me that book, a card with a little bit of Duncan budget in there. And
the Duncan budget has been expanded.
And then she got me these glasses I had on my wish list on Amazon that were smart glasses, so they're just speakers. So that way I don't have to use my buds in the Yaris. And they're cool, they're good. I want to probably get better ones that sound a little better, but I found out the other day they don't work well on the highway with the windows cracked.
I can imagine.
Drowns them out. It's like open-ended earbuds or headphones. I mean, open back headphones. So drowns them out. But we just did that. Then I went to my mom's after. I had some cake and hung out there. She got me a bike rack for the Yaris that I had. I guess.
Had noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did you see it? Because I was back in, so I don't know if anyone actually saw it. But I talked about it a little. So I got a bike rack for the Yaris. Haven't used it yet, but it is installed.
You're going to put a bike on it, and the fucking Yaris is going to crack in half.
That's what we were joking about. I was saying when we were doing fucking wheelies down the Ave.
Like, things are not going to go good.
Yeah.
If you put weight on the back of that Yaris.
Yeah. Actually, believe it or not, the hitch is the one thing that is literally mint condition. Like, I could take a photo of that, and they'd be like, damn, that Yaris is in good condition, bro.
You take a photo of just the hitch, and people will be like, damn, is that new?
Yeah. Like, this must be like a 2019 easy. Like... Yeah, it's actually in really good shape. So I did have to put a fucking nut on it though through the bolt because when I put it's a 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 hitch. So I put that in, put the bolt through, and then it had so much slop to it that it was like rolling on the sides because the bolt was actually smaller than the hole. So I had to fucking put a nut on it to actually hold it. Not that it would pull out, but if you put weight on there, it's gonna be fucking actually going down the highway. So I ended up putting that on. But yeah, I got that in place. My mom also got me a record, that Last of Us Part 2 soundtrack. So, got that. And then everyone just got me Dunkin' gift cards. Like, everyone I know. Letsy's dad texted me and was like, here's an e-gift card for like $25. I said, okay. So, you know what I ended up with? I ended up with $75 in Dunkin' gift cards.
Man.
It's actually
it's the fucking Dunkin' Debonair over
dude,
here.
it was the record for the last couple of years. Because last year, I thought I was making bank with $60. I got 75 this year.
75 Dunkin' dollars.
Yeah, it's
That's
just fucking
crazy.
Dude. DDDs, dude. Dunkin' Donuts dollars, brother.
Dunkin'
Triple
Donuts
Ds.
dollars.
Yeah, 75 triple Ds, bro.
Nice.
So yeah, that was pretty much it. It was just kind of like a more of a chillax thing. People actually got me some stuff, which is pretty cool. You end up doing anything?
No.
I assumed not. I had assumed not.
I just kind of hung around.
Had some whiskey.
Probably, yeah.
Definitely had some whiskey.
Not on the Thursday. Well,
yeah, because it's a...
No, maybe I did. Maybe a little bit on that Thursday.
A little bit down.
Because, like, on a Thursday night...
Who wants to get blasted?
On a weeknight, if I'm drinking, I'm having, like, a drink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll cop, like, a little buzz. I'm like, okay. I'm chilling now. And that's it.
Right.
Like, I don't... It's inadvisable to drink heavily on a weeknight.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it.
And if I was a doctor, I would say it's inadvisable to drink heavily at all. But
this guy ain't a doctor, so
I'm no fucking doctor.
You're just an innovator.
Innovating new ways to destroy my liver.
Essentially, yeah. Yeah, pretty much, right?
Developing liver cancer one shot at a time.
That's this guy.
That's just me. I'm gonna be on fucking dialysis. It's your kidneys.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's your kidneys. I was about to say something. I was like, I'll let the joke land first. Let it land, have its superhero landing, and then just push it over. It's like, shit.
Superhero landing, but it's
It broke both its legs.
Yeah, like it is a superhero landing, but the guy's not a superhero.
Yeah.
So he actually just crushed all of his bones.
Yeah, he thought it was a good idea to jump from 40 feet in the air. Yeah. Bro was like, I'm Spider-Man, and hit the ground and just died.
He is not Spider-Man.
It was like, he is in fact not Spider-Man. Yeah. We tested his DNA. He's not Spider-Man.
We looked for spiders.
And that man had no spiders.
No spiders.
Therefore, he is not Spider-Man. But, no, yeah, that was pretty much it. Tomorrow, though, got a big day, Chris.
Yeah?
I'm jumping. No, I'm just kidding. We're cleaning out all of our cars. So, I'm not going to get into it on the podcast, but we are moving. As you know, I had told you guys that we're moving back in with my mom. So, not for, I'm going to put this out there, right? Because I'd say if this was the case, not because we can't afford to live on our own, but because it's stupid that we're living on our own. There's no logic behind it. Given right. Our goals and our aspirations. It's like, I can save this much in 4 years or this much in 4 years.
Fair.
So, what are you going to do? And I go to a house with central air. You do not want to be in the apartment right now. Like, I go to the house with central air and central heating and a washer and dryer and a driveway and tools to work on my car without having to leave and a way better neighborhood. What? Know what I'm saying?
Fair.
So, just a big W all around. And then, obviously, some minor cons. But, yeah, we're moving. So, one of our big things is we're gonna kind of clean out our cars because we're going to have to be transporting soon, right? So, I have to, tomorrow, I have to do an oil change on the Cobalt, Lexi's Corolla, and we have to deep clean both those cars and the Yaris. I'm not going to do too much on the Yaris, mostly because if I take it to a car wash, I have a feeling it's going to punch through the side.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I'm only going to just wash the windows and then vacuum the inside. But, yeah, it's going to be a big day. Bit of a busy boy for cleaning tomorrow. Bit of a fucking maid.
Yeah. This guy's a bit of a cleaner, bit of a mover.
Bit of a cleaner. Apartment's looking mighty desolate. I worked from home yesterday. I had to set up a fucking folding table in my bedroom so I could be in the AC. Because the office is all blocked off with boxes and shit, so I can't use the AC in there.
It's a shame, though, that because you're moving, you're going to have to get rid of your masturbatorium.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think of if we should just board it up. Should we demolish it?
It should be condemned.
Condemned, you think?
Like the
I should probably call
department.
the FTC, right?
Like the CDC.
Or
needs to get in
CDC,
there.
sorry. Yeah, I probably should call the CDC.
I don't think the Federal Trade Commission would have any interest in it.
I said FDC, Food and Drug Commission, bitch, or whatever it is.
That's the FDA.
FDA.
Drug
Fuck!
Administration.
Fuck! Yeah.
CDC.
There are food and drugs in there, though, so.
As any good masturbatorium should have.
But yeah, I do have to get rid of that. That also means, what do I do with all the roadkill? Maybe just throw it in the woods.
Have a Last Supper.
Oh my god. This one's really creamy, man. I'm like,
This one's fucking. Like
I dropped the turkey.
A glass pane against the fucking floor.
Last time Chris was at my house, he heard a shatter. He goes, "What the fuck was that?" I'm like, "Dude, I dropped the turkey." Oh no.
Oh, the fucking turkey.
I'm sorry, bro. No turkey for us. He's like, "Oh,
son of a bitch." Just looking forward to that.
But yeah. So then, really, all I got going on after that is our trip at the end of well, not really end of August per se, but beginning of September for me. And then I have to start school.
What classes you taking? Anything fun?
For this first semester, I'm only doing English 101 and CSS, the Intro to College class. So, because I was not aware that I would have less responsibility, technically speaking, after while taking class. So I was like, let me dip the toes in, see how this water feels, and then my goal is to be like, oh yeah, this sucks. All right, that's what I expected. Full tilt, and then just drown.
So English 101 is gonna be like, hey, listen. You ever wrote an essay before?
Maybe.
Okay, so do that.
All right, I did that. So write another one. Okay.
And you ever wrote another essay?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, now do that.
Okay. And
I took, let's see. I took like 4 English classes or something.
Damn.
Because those are like that's the minimum requirement that everyone has to do.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 English comp classes, because everyone has to do like a writing assignment. It's like you have to pass this so that they know that you have the ability to write so that you can pass.
Oh, I think I've written before, yeah.
So it's basically that. Like, my professor made a big deal about it, but it's just like, write a fucking somewhat interesting essay that has like punctuation.
I'm doing one run-on sentence,
and
the whole
sentences
essay.
and all that.
Make sure you use 5 exclamation marks.
And then you turn that in, and then they pass you if you wrote an essay, and then they fail you if you turned in like macaroni art.
Can put this on the fridge, please?
Well, this is beautiful artwork. I can't pass you for this, unfortunately.
But I wrote my name on it. Oh, okay, now you passed. Never mind.
No, you're good.
Never mind. But yeah, so we got that going on. So I'm just kind of vibing at this point. Like,
I'm just
seeing where the world takes me. I'm just like, I was talking with my mentor at work. I'm like, I just have to keep the mindset of I like seeing the number go up. So I just gotta like I gotta focus on saving and getting this goddamn degree that is going to be utterly useless. So it's fine.
Fair.
It's an associate. So.
Put up a picture, like a really low res image of a GR Corolla. Be like, every dollar I save, it's going to this GR Corolla.
Well, that's like the problem was like, I think that I've given this example to like everyone I've told this to, but like doing the math out, the amount of money I could save in 4 years and keep the lifestyle I have now, at my apartment, assuming, no rent increases, no disasters like the Cobalt fucking implodes and the Yaris then fucking implodes after, right?
Both those cars implode a lot.
Cobalt's been mighty reliable. Okay, I'm just the moron who is like, I'm going to invest in myself. This is what I said to our boss. I'm going to invest in myself. I want to get more proficient at working on cars, so I'm going to do the front end of this car because I want to. And then I did it, and I was like, yeah, that was fun. It was also expensive and not worth it, but it was fun. And really, really, truthfully, the only things that have broken on the Cobalt is the evap line, the exhaust that is obviously broken now that I still need to fix, and I guess my strut was squeaky. That's what spurred me to do the whole front end, but that was really it.
Man, I wish my car waited, 18 years or 15 years or whatever to start having everything break.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, doing that math out, though, like, theoretically, and I'm not going to do this because it would be, like I said to you guys, it'd be like penny pinching, but I could literally save enough in 4 years to go put a 28% down payment on a $400,000 house and buy a GR Corolla cash in the same fucking
mathematician.
Day. Like, and then just still have money just slinging around. Like, and yeah, it's just like, why not do that? Like, it's 4 years. We lose some of the privacy. We go back to my mom, which is, I moved out of there because of fighting to begin with. Not me and them, but like just fighting in the household. And I was like, oh, this environment sucks. But like, for over 100K, like, I'll take a shitty environment. Like, I'll take shitty environment for 100K. Like, and it's not that bad. Everyone's so busy now compared to when I was in high school. So when I lived there in high school, like, everyone was kind of just around. Now, like, my mom worked today, or it might have been last Saturday, but I think it was today. She works from fucking 7 to 3, 3 to 11. Today and tomorrow.
7
so
to 3,
she's not even
3
there.
to 11. I'd kill myself.
It's a fucking double shift. She ain't even there. Like, and it's just gonna be, it's gonna be good. So, yeah, that's been my motivation. I just gotta stay on top of it, and I do want to travel a lot more too. I talked to Booms about this because he's a big traveler, as we knew, from his past or whatever, and we both agreed like, now is the time to like save a lot, but also like do those things that you want to do to like kind of live. Like, I definitely want to go to fucking Mexico, go to a resort, do a little resorting. I want to hit a cruise at some point, maybe hit the islands, perhaps.
I was thinking about this, right? There exists several different services to go on a cruise, like a luxury cruise to fucking Antarctica. And in terms of like cruises, I'm a bit of a weird guy. Mm-hmm. That is so fucking interesting to me.
I'd be down, yeah, I like that.
And it's like a 2-week-long luxury cruise, all inclusive. It is like $15,000.
Okay, it's a lot more than I thought. I thought you were gonna say like 7. Price that per person.
There are cheaper ones though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it's per room.
Right.
But that's like, I think you get flights, all the food and everything catered, drinks, all this shit, 24-hour room service, all inclusive, a full bar in your room.
Of course, I have a gigabrain sort of thing that we could do.
Right.
What if we get jobs on that cruise, and then we get on board, we ditch the clothes, and we just blend in? Dude, it's like a fucking heist. We just get a free cruise.
Are you playing fucking Hitman?
Yeah, we'll choke some dude out. We're switching his outfit.
Agent 47.
And it's like wicked comical. I walk out with like this 6-foot dude's robes on. I'm like, yes, I am.
It looks like you're wearing your dad's clothes.
I'm like, I am Mr. Squilliam.
Like
yeah.
You're a little kid wearing your dad's shirt.
I'm like, no, I am.
The sleeves are like a foot longer than your
tied
arms.
up. I have to tie them up. I'm like, no, I'm definitely Sir Squilliam. Yes, I'm in room 247. Yeah.
Oh, man. If you were maybe a little conniving, you could probably, and charismatic enough, you could probably do that at, like, almost any hotel.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah, I'm I'm fucking Mr. Bitch. I'm in room 286. I lost my room key. Can I get a new one? And bam, you're in Mr. Bitch's room, and you just take him out and you put his clothes on.
You walk in. He's like, oh, you're like,
it's like this 180-year-old man. Like, it's the oldest man
he's
you've
hooked up
ever
to
seen.
a monitor.
Like, he looks bad. And you're just like, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Bitch.
And you put on his fucking little suit that he's got on.
Like, wow, Mr. Bitch, you're looking good today. You're like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I did my skincare routine this morning.
CeraVe, baby. I'm getting a lot of sponsored CeraVe shit on TikTok.
Yeah?
So they want me to oil myself up, bro. That's what they want.
They want me to get nice and oily.
Yeah.
And wriggle around.
Yeah. That's the state of things. Actually, funny enough, last night I was telling Chris, I think off mic, we beat our D&D campaign last night, and one of our compadres, our tank character, we lubed him up before the fight with the oil of slipperiness. What it does is it basically, if you spend 10 minutes applying this to that character, they're blessed with the spell of freedom of movement for 8 hours. Essentially means they can't be pinned by a target. So like we were fighting vampires and werewolves, so the werewolves kept pinning us in the last fight. So we had a massive idea, like, hey, we lube him up. The wolf goes to kind of pin him, and he just goes, he falls right off. So let's fucking do it. We didn't fight any werewolves though. There was no werewolves.
The werewolf's like, fuck, he's too slippery.
They can't. What's weird about the rule, by the way? Get this, Chris. Oil of slipperiness. Werewolf can't step on you and hold you down, but you know what it can do? It can grab you. Like, it just basically goes and grabs you, but you can't just slink out of that. But you can slink out of it stepping on your chest, pinning you to the floor. How the fuck? D&D rules be kind of sus.
Have you ever heard of? I think this is a thing that they do in like the deep south, where they'll get a pig and they'll grease it up.
Yeah.
And you gotta chase it and grab it. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm picturing it's like that.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a bunch of good old boys going, get that hog! Yeah. He gets down and he's fucking grabbing him and he slinks out.
Yeah. Yeah, see, like, that made sense. You'd be able to slink out of the grab, but, like, the thing just stepping on you, pinning you to the floor, it's just strange, but...
So what we do to test this theory is we get a hog, grease him up, put him in a cage.
And we try and grab him.
And I'm going to try to grab him and see if he can slink out. And then I'm going to try to step on him and see if he can slink out of that.
Yeah. There you go.
But don't use, like, how I think they do it. They use, like, the little pigs that are, like, 60, 70 pounds, maybe. They're, like, the size of a medium dog.
Yeah.
Use, like, one of these big 600-pound farm hogs.
Yeah.
Like, one of these things that could kill and eat me easily.
You're going to step on it, and then it's going to stand up and flip you over. You're like, oh, fuck.
Like, this fucking thing's going to go, what is your problem? Who do you think you're dealing with right now? And it just fucking spins around, gets my foot in his mouth, and he just fucking eats me.
Sucks you in like a straw.
From the leg up.
Dude, you know what's crazy about those hods, too? Now, I can't attest to this personally. I haven't seen this, felt this, done this. But my uncle had one of those fucking dumbass hods, right? And he was trying to get it to move one day. Turns out, those hods, they are built like stone. He was like, hey, he smacked its ass to get it to move. And he said he literally felt nerve damage in his hand from smacking the fuck out of this thing's ass.
Maybe they're
and
like,
the hog was like, huh?
Maybe they're like a hippopotamus.
I think it's pretty much like
where,
that,
like,
yeah.
you think a hippopotamus is just fat, but no, it's a thin layer of skin and just pure muscle.
Yeah. That's essentially like what it seems to be like. He was like, yeah, I wound up. I was like, whoosh, and he was like, it made the crispiest slapping sound, and my hand hurt for like days.
Come on, get on, hog!
Basically. Ah! And the hog's just like, huh? What happened? What are you yelling about back there?
A little hog noise.
That's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. You're getting me hogged up.
I'm sniffing for truffles over here.
Oh my god.
Cut that audio.
I'm never going to save that as my ringtone. But anyway, I think we're done.
I think we're done here, yeah.
So, as always, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Pocket Cast, and the RSS feed, all linked below. There's also email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send your comments, questions, concerns, and death threats, and also your little kitty bid city shit. All your shit. Send your shit to us. and Instagram and TikTok. Find us there. And yeah, all linked below.
Promise, these pages are being revitalized.
They will be. They will be.
All right.
They will be.